Hello and welcome to this new lesson on Microfocus ArcSight. In this lesson, we will learn together how to perform the software ESM7 installation on Linux. Actually, we will use the CentOS version as we'll learn together that the ArcSight ESM can be installed on Red Hat Enterprise Linux or CentOS. And since CentOS is free, we can rely on CentOS during the installation. So from where I can get the software, there is no free trial for the ESM software, and you should be either a customer or a business partner to be able to get the ESM software. So if you are a customer, you just need to log into login.microfocus.com and then enter your credentials, and from inside this portal you will find some link like license and downloads, and from there you can download the ESM software and the smart connectors and all the relevant software that is under your active support uh, SAID. They called it like SAID, or actually I cannot remember the abbreviation for it, but it's some sort of support identifier that is unique for every customer. If you are a business partner, you can log into this link, microfocus partner.force.com, where you can download some binaries or software trials, and you can also download trial licenses. So I will just show you the two links. So this is the, if you are a customer, you can go to the login.microfocus.com and log in here, and after that you can find some link for license and downloads, and you can download the ESM software, the ESM suite. If you are a business partner, you need to come here and then log in, and from there you can download trial versions. Basically, we need to download these two software. The first one is the console, which we use to log into the ArcSight ESM, and the second one is the ESM suite itself, and this is the version that we will use during the installations in these hands-on videos. Actually, I'll try to divide this video to 2 or 3 videos to just make them not that long. So moving forward, from where I can get the installation guides, the first link is showing the installation guide itself. This is the direct link to the attachment for the ESM7 installation guide, but I will show you how to get to this guide from the search on Google. And this is a support matrix where you can find the supported platforms that you can install the ESM software on it. So let's do it together. So if you go to google.com and then type microfocus ArcSight ESM installation guide. So it will be the first link actually. So if you go to this link, you will find here the ArcSight ESM7 installation guide, and you click here, and then you will be able to download it. For the support matrix, you just need to go to Google again and then type microfocus ArcSight community, and then select the ArcSight product documentation. Then this will open for you the ArcSight product documentation over the micro focus community. Then from here you can select the ESM and ESM express previous releases, because there is after 7 there is 7.1, 7.2. So from here you can scroll down and then select the tag ESM7. You'll come here to the articles related to ESM7. Then you can download the ESM support matrix from here. So you can use the direct links or the way I just showed to you. Then we can see together. Uh, Here I try to summarize what you will find inside the installation guide or the support metrics to make it more straightforward for you. So the sizing guidelines for the core engine. The core engine is the database used, the embedded database used by the ArcSight to store its events. So here we're gonna take some overview on how the core engine is divided, or what is the layout of the partitions of your hard disk, that you should partition your hard disk during the operating system installation, so the core engine directories can be allocated efficiently. So actually the system reserve 10% of the /opt/arc site. So this will be the installation directory, the main installation directory for the ESM software. So 10% of this, sorry, I'm coming back. So 10% of this main partition will be reserved by the system for its own use. The maximum event storage volume size is calculated by the system using this formula. So the maximum event storage equal this main partition less 10%. So it's like if you multiply its size by 0.9, so you will get the useful space. Okay, if you subtract this from the system storage and the event archive, you will get the maximum event storage that you can store in the ArcSight software. So what is the system storage and what is the event storage? The system storage is a non-event storage. For example, resources, trends, and list. All the ArcSight resources are considered system, the ESM core system files. So it's not the events, it's like the configuration, and not only also the configuration in the sense of IP and DNS settings and network settings. It's the configuration of the resources, the content, you can say the content that you configure in the ArcSight. These are the main resources, the main system resources. So if you take out of the /opt ArcSight this system storage space and the event archive space, you will get the maximum event storage. And remember that the opt ArcSight partition is already, we took like 10% for the system as well, like caching or other specific usage of the ESM. So the system storage, as we just explained, is used for the non-event storage of resources and trends and lists. The event storage is the storage for event, the main storage for the event, which is the one here we are trying to calculate. And the event archive size is the archives that you save on board on the your appliance or your own hardware server, which is hosting the ESM software. So, given this equation and this definition of the system storage, event storage, and event archive storage, these are the sizing guidelines for allocating the appropriate sizes for each of these storages. So the first one is telling us that the system storage size, its default value is 1/6 of the usable space. The usable space is actually the arc site partition less this 10%, as we mentioned in the first line. The system reserved like 10% of this partition for its own use. So this 90% remaining is actually the usable space. So you can say that this whole bulk, the slash opt arc site partition multiplied by 0.9 is actually the usable space, and we'll just have this written in the next slide. So here it's telling us that by default the system during the installation will check, and if uh, it will allocate actually 1/6 of the usable space to the system storage, and the minimum is 3 GB up to a maximum of 1.5 tera. And it's telling us that it's recommended to accept the default. For the event storage size, it's taken as 2/3 of the usable space during the installation, and the minimum is 10 GB and the maximum is 12 tera. So the maximum, we just know now that the maximum storage, event storage is like 12 tera. And the event archive size, this is will be the remaining space. So you have basically you have uh, the opt arc site partition. If we remove 10%, it will become multiplied by 0.9, which is the usable space. Okay, 1/6 of the usable space is taken for the system storage, and 2/3 is taken for the and 2/3 is taken for the event storage, and the remainder will be the event archive. So you can we can rephrase this equation actually. If you moved the system storage and the event archive to the other side, to the left side, so you will have the usable space equal to the event storage plus the system storage plus the event archive. So actually what the system is doing, it will, while we are doing the ESM installation, it will check what is the partition size of the opt-arc site, and then it will reduce 10% from it to get to the usable space. So this whole bulk will be the usable space. Then it takes out 1/6 from this to be the system storage, and then it will take out 2/3 of this space as the event storage, and the remainder will be for the event archive. So you need to plan what is the maximum event storage you want to before asking or allocating or creating your hard disks, or configuring your hard disks for your own server. So we have some constraints about the maximum event storage. As we can see here, it's the maximum actually is 12 tera. The maximum event storage size can be up to 12 tera as per ArcSight ESM. So we'll have here some example, one example to see what is the amount of hard disk we will ask if we are installing on our own server. We will customize our own hardware. So what kind of what is the size of the hard disk that we will request for for the opt-outside partition, so we can get at the end the required usable space and then the maximum storage, event storage. But before we get to this part, let's just rephrase the point that the slash opt slash arcside partition is actually called the available space, and when you take 10% out of it, this is called the usable space, as we explained in the previous slide. So during the installation, the system will show to you the size of the slash opt outside as available and the size of that partition list 10% as the usable space. So we can say that the slash opt outside partition equal available space slash opt slash arcside partition multiplied by 0.9 is the usable space. So we can just rephrase this equation. We can tell that the usable space equal 10 over 9 multiplied by the outside partition. So just keep this in mind while we take this sizing example. So knowing that the maximum event storage size is 12 tera, then we can just substitute in this equation. So we can tell that the maximum event storage is 12 tera, and this whole bulk we get to know that this is a usable space. So I will just substitute by usable space minus I will take the default for the system storage as we saw in the previous slide. Here the default is 16, and this is a recommended to be accepted as a default. So I will just say that the default 1/6 multiplied by the usable space, and I will take 1 tera for my online archives on the box or the appliance. Okay, so as I assumed 1 tera allocated for the online archives. Solving for the usable space, we will take the usable space as a common factor. So 1 minus 1/6 minus 1 tera. So if you just move this one over that side, it will be 13 tera here, and then you just make the subtraction and move it to the other side, and then when you move it, for sure you will divide 13 by this number. So the usable space will be around 16 tera approximate. So this is a usable space, and we know that the usable space equal 10 over 9 multiplied by the opt outside partition. So we can tell that sorry, this is wrong in the sense that the slash opt outside partition equal 10 over 9 the usable space. So I'll try to put some comment here to rectify this after finishing my video. So actually the opt outside partition equal 10 over 9 this value, so it will be like 18 tera. So if you are requesting from if you are installing the ESM software on virtualized environment, so you can ask the virtual machine team or the team responsible for creating you the virtual machine. You can ask them for a hard disk of 18 tera in the sense that you will achieve a 12 tera of storage at the end of the day. So here is a small scale example. Actually, this is the example that we will use for our lab, for our hands-on lab. So to achieve like 100 GB storage, we will make the same substitution here, and we'll just allocate 1 GB for the archives. So solving for the usable space, it will be around 122 GB approximate, and then we can allocate around 133 GB for octa-oxide. So if we multiply this usable space by 10 over 9 again. So after the installation, we will have like one default storage group and one internal storage group. But actually, this can be modified. We can add up to four storage groups, and then using the ArcSet command center, we can add up to four storage groups and utilize this usable space and like divide it according to our needs. So we can save the router and switch logs in one storage group. You can save the security logs in another security group, and you can assign different retention policies for every storage group. So we will get to know this after we make the ESM installation. So I'll stop here and we will continue in the next video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.